Welcome guys to a brand new video on NIKKE Goddess of Victory. Now I wanted to make this video because I have already made videos for both MICA as well as LUDMILLA. I've taken a look at their skills, and in today's video I'm going to be going over who I think is the one you should be going for, because honestly if you're free to play player, I'm pretty sure you guys just want to go for the meta and top tier character, and a lot of you guys are probably skeptical on whether we're going to get get a pilgrim character in New Year's banner. So a lot of us are trying to save our resources and not summon for characters that are not going to be good. So in today's video I want to go over whether MICA is better than LUDMILLA or whether LUDMILLA is better than MICA. So who do you want to be summoning for? Now do you understand, as a quick disclaimer, we don't have the characters in game right now. All we have is the skills, so my analysis is going to be based on the skills. However, I do think LUDMILLA is at a disadvantage since she is basically a main DPS character. The only way we can truly tell how good her DPS is going to be is when she's added in the game. So me right now, when I take a look at LUDMILLA, I'm just going to assume her damage is going to be good. Maybe not on the same tier as, definitely not going to be on the same tier as Red Hood, but maybe as good as like Modernia, maybe lower than Modernia by a bit, but that's what I'm speculating right now. But I do think that might actually be wrong, and I think her damage might be quite lower than that. So we need to wait and see what happens. But in terms of MICA, it's a lot easier to tell whether she's a good character or a weak character, and that's why I think MICA does have an advantage right now in this video. But obviously I will make a second part of this video when these characters get released, so that you guys understand who you should be going for. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content on NIKKE Goddess of Victory. If you guys find this video helpful and overall useful, then go ahead and like the video. Okay, so what you need to know is a quick description on the skills. So basically LUDMILLA is the main DPS character. Literally all she does, she's a selfish unit. She only buffs up herself. She's a 40-second burst free character, and essentially what she does is increase damage taken to an enemy, but she needs to land 60 normal attacks. So she's a character that you only probably want to use against bosses. So she's probably locked behind boss content, so solo raid, union raid. So that's probably where she wants to be, because activates when landing 60 normal attacks. Yes, you can use that on the mobs, but I think this is probably beneficial against actually the bosses. But then again, this also works to everyone. Every one of your damage dealers can take advantage of this damage taken being affected to the target actually, so it's not really that much of a selfish unit. However, then she deals this amount of damage as additional damage, and it activates when landed 20 normal attacks. Basically reloads 20 rounds of ammunition only to herself. And then with her skill 2, basically if she attacks the core for 60 times, she needs to hit all 60 times. She basically does an damage of this or final attack. Now I don't know how final attack scales, but I do believe final attack is probably better than just your raw attack damage, or your attack stat. So I think this might actually be good in terms of DPS, but like I said, we need to see in game. She basically increases crit rate as well. This is to herself as well, so there for 10 seconds this is the amount. I think it was like 30%. I would have said that's pretty good, but hey, crit rate isn't that strong right now. And then going over to the burst skill, basically increased attack, which is very nutty. So 62% of 62.54% of attack, and then the reload speed is increased. Now she actually reminds me of who was a character that everyone forgot about? Literally everyone forgot about, because she was like a solo character for PvP, but she didn't even be good. She wasn't even good. So there's a pride win. She's all the way at the bottom. She was also a character with like her. She reminds me of Vazana actually slightly, because Vazana was like, see, attacking cores, blah 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 blah. So this actually reminds me of Vazana. Very selfish character, but she might be able to deliver. We need to wait and see, because her kit does actually seem quite strong. So main DPS character, that's essentially what she does. But if you go to take a look at MICA might be a new good top tier burst 1 character. Initially, just looking at her skills, she has every good part that we need, except obviously cooldown reduction of the burst skill, but this is fine. You can use a burst 2 character with a CDR skill. Anyways, so basically with her, she's a supportive character. Supportive are better than damage dealers, because support characters can always be used in every single content, and even if a new support character comes out, they should also still be useful. Whereas with DPS character, once a new top tier DPS character comes out, they start to fall off a bit. So in terms of how worth it is to summon for a supportive character. It's a lot higher than DPS. However, there is obviously main DPS characters that are just absolutely insane that you want to go ahead and get. So if LUDMILLA's damage is just as good as Modernia, she is also worth getting, honestly. But in terms of MICA, take a look at this. She's able to reduce the damage taken by 20% max. This is when you stack it up. Now, damage taken reduction is absolutely amazing. Basically, this is better than defense buff basically, and this is absolutely insane. Now, this is a burst 1 character, so she's a supportive character. In PvE content, when you're worried about taking a lot of damage, if you have a huge CP deficit, this character is going to be insane for that. She's going to help you guys stack up damage taking reduction, basically increasing your survivability. And you also have a burst 2 character that heals maybe. This will be actually very, very good. So in terms of burst 2 you could use with her, I'd say Dollar is the main one, or Helm, the Summer Helm. However, in terms of, you know, fully utilizing this damage taken, you want a character that can actually heal you up as well. So I do think the bunny girls might be worth using with MICA as well. Anyways, so as you can see, increase ammo capacity as well to all allies. This is insane. And it activates when landing at this amount of damage. No more attack, sorry. Increase all ally stack count by 1. This is actually very, very good. Not a lot of character actually uses this. Anyways, activates when entering battle, and basically burst gauge feeling speed is increased. Is it only when entering battle? Is it like, it says continuously though. So does that mean like as long as you're in a match, your burst gauge feeling is going to be very, very good? Honestly, this character is meta in PvP. Like straight up, you can tell. Very, very top tier PvP character. Damage taken with absolutely all characters, plus ammo capacity, plus burst gauge feeling. This is absolutely insane. This is basically like what you need in a PvP character. So if you run her alongside what is the other burst 1 character that everyone uses? Who is she? She's a burst 1. Is it Jackal? Yeah, if you run her alongside Jackal in PvP, you guys are going to be bursting so fast. It's going to be insane. Now in PvE as well, this is going to be good. Maybe the burst gauge feeling is not as good as the rest of her kit, but I still think this is also going to be useful. But you definitely will need to run like a CDR character, so a character that can reduce your cooldown of your burst skill. And to go over to a burst skill, it has the ability to dispel 1 bleed buff for all allies. Right now, this is not like the main kit that she really has. Well, it is a main kit since it is on her burst, but this is not the one you really care about. You care about the increased attack buff as well. Now, casts attack for 5 seconds. So she's a character you probably want to overload because of activates when landing 120 normal attacks. Ammo capacity is 120. You want to put her with some overload gear to increase the max ammo capacity of her. And then you also want to do that because her attack stack is basically based off of attack buff, so is based off caster's attack, so you also want to increase her attack as well. This unit is definitely a top tier character. It will suck if both of them are top tier for free to play players, but it will be good for many other players as well, because I honestly think MICA is the better one to go for. Because supportive character, like I said, trumps DPS character. But like I said, MICA does have an advantage whilst you're reading her skills because she sounds absolutely nutty. 20-second cooldown as well. But with LUDMILLA, she is mainly a DPS character, which we can't really say how good she is right now. But I do think I have high hopes for her because it's final attack. And I think final attack is just better than just normal attack, like a raw attack stat. So we have to wait and see. Actually, yeah, since final attack is also buffed up by other people's buffing capability, final attack should be definitely good, I think. So honestly, I think both of them might be, well, I think definitely MICA is a top tier character. When it comes to LUDMILLA, it is a lot harder to say, but in terms of who you want to summon for, first of all, I will probably say MICA, but we do need to know that the banner release, LUDMILLA is first. So you know what you guys can actually do before LUDMILLA, when LUDMILLA comes out, because you can actually test her out in the Union. Basically just use her there because you want to see the overall damage. But like I said, she probably does more damage against bosses, but still it is good to go ahead and test it there. If the damage is not that great, then you probably can skip her. But I think MICA Snowbody is definitely the one to go for. She's coming out on the 14th of December, so after LUDMILLA. Sorry, all my days, I got stuff stuck in my throat. Anyways, I've been talking for too long. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Stay tuned for more content on NIKKE Goddess of Victory. So hopefully this answers the question who to go for. I think MICA is a lot more not a lot more, but MICA might be the one to go for instead of LUDMILLA. But LUDMILLA and MICA might be both amazing characters to go ahead and get, so we need to wait and see. So that is it for the video. Stay tuned for more content on NIKKE. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.